Good morning and welcome to Web Design Analysis number 8. Let me hide this. Today we have a cool one. We are going to take a look at Luminalta. As you can see, there's some pretty cool design features going on here. I think you guys can see me. Let me move this up here. I keep hiding it so I'm not confused. All right, there we go. So there's some pretty cool design stuff going on here, obviously. We're going to kind of keep it at like a normal screen size so everything goes well. But Luminalta, you can see when we loaded the page too. So basically in this video, we're going to break down some of the web design that they have going on. We're going to take a look at things from a dev perspective so we can open up the console, see how things are built, see, maybe there's some things they can improve upon. Look at that, there's already an error, so something's failing to load. So obviously that's something they can improve upon. And we're just going to take a look at things and break it down and see what we find. So off the rip, we obviously have this error in the console. So I don't know what jelly is. Is it GIF? Let's see. So we can open up this and we can look at the request. We're requesting this jelly MDW something IO, and you can always just like Google things, and sometimes you'll find Jelly IO is probably what they're trying to link to. Airdrips, framing, financial NFTs, permission factory. What do they do? Maybe that makes more sense. They're like a digital thing. So maybe they're working in some type of rewards, airdrop, staking thing. And it's not, they're getting it going, or who knows. But anyways, that's pretty cool. Let's see why it failed. It doesn't tell us. Strict origin. So this just means they have to set up cores a little bit better. But anyways, and that could be a million things, to be honest. That could be on the server side, that could be on Jelly side. But yeah, anyways, so let's dev stuff. Let's focus on design a little bit more. So obviously we have this first layer, and you see they have this nice little cursor. So the same thing on like that other site, I don't know if you can see it that well. They have a custom cursor, which is pretty cool. It's like a little circle. I wonder if I can find it. It's usually at the top of the and you can find it with the translate. They usually drop it like right at the top of their HTML. Usually, not always. So here's a cursor, so right here. Yeah, so you can see all these changing properties down here. What do they got? They got a cursor slider. So there's obviously you can see there's a bunch of different cursors. You see how it like turns yellow and it grows and expands, and it changes. So there's a lot of different cursor. And this is what I mean by like cursors can make your site heavy, right? Like you see there's like 4 different divs that are constantly on mouse move, calculating, doing math. So if this math is heavy, then every time someone moves their mouse, it has to do some math, and that can get heavy. But yeah, it's a pretty cool cursor. It's made up of 4 divs. We won't break that down too much because we're going to focus on design. They have this really nice background, which I'm assuming oftentimes have just been videos these days. Every time I think, oh, it could be like something else, it's usually just a video. As if we can find it. They have a lot of elements here. So, rag models. Okay, that's just a link. Maybe we won't look for, obviously it says definitely a video. So I got a nice video. They have this nice scrolling text, which we can take a look at down here too. And is it literally just duplicated minibar? But that makes no sense because it's different text, right? Because it's not all minibar. Our digital playground. Why is there so many duplicated text in the DOM though? Why is that required? Maybe it's you know what probably it is? I bet you they're all enter light mode, right? Until they switch. And then they switch. That's why. So now it's the same thing. It's just they use JavaScript to change it? I don't know. It would make sense. So it's like meet minibar, meet minibar, meet minibar. Anyways, they're doing some interesting JavaScript here to swap these texts out, but they just have a lot of spans. I feel like you could get away with, if there's only 2 showing at a time, like you could probably get away with three divs in the DOM. You don't need 20, but I could be wrong. I don't know. There could be some magic going on that I'm unaware of. They have this cool little SVG path that it gets animated across this line. It's kind of like a loader, right? And then obviously the whole thing is a scroll. So obviously it's really cool. Okay, this is phenomenal. I love this. So it's very clean. I love their mega menu. Phenomenal mega menu. You hover on hover. It's just a really big white. Everything's obvious. Nothing. It's not like images everywhere. It's very, very nice, very clean. And then you just have an about, drop, and the drop is very clean. Nice transitions. Yeah, I like that. This is how I like mega menus to look. Like just very clean. Menus are for people to navigate, right? So it should look good. Cool. Let's keep on. So they have a nice, if you can see the scroll has a bit of a momentum scroll on it, which means they're hijacking OG scroll to some extent. So they have some custom scroll logic. Nice little buttons. Yeah, very nice buttons. Cool. Nice icons. I like that it's a maze, like kind of like masonry. It's not like everything has to be lined up like a grid. It's like very natural, which is cool. Big fan. We got a big scroll section for case studies. Horizontal scrolls aren't my favorite thing. I mean, I don't know how they are from like a user experience. Like if a user's looking for something, from a design perspective, I love them. I think from a UX perspective, they leave some stuff to be desired, but that's just opinions. Some case studies, insights on digital transformation. Again, not exactly all lined up, but I think that's fine. I don't think things always have to be grid. Things can be a little bit jagged. And you know, like there's some jaggedness in the brand itself. So beautiful form. Look at this, how a form should look, guys. Very clean color, purple highlight. You know what I mean? This is a nice form. Very clean. Click. They could do the hijack custom checkbox thing, which they might actually be doing. They might just kept it really simple already. Let's find out. No, they're not. So yeah, they could do a custom checkbox to have like a nice little animation checkbox just to make it a little bigger, because honestly I think OG, like the out the box checkboxes are just not it, bro. They're just like not big enough. And yeah, but yeah, what else? What are the big pages? So they're gonna have a lot of interior pages. Copy, nice, just classic tabs, phenomenal. I'm trying to think, what should we look at? I think they saw a UI UX page. Let's go to the UX and UI design page. I probably want to see, I don't know. Again, like I said, on header images, I don't like to see back of heads. I like to see faces or, but obviously he's doing UI work on a nice Mac, so it's a good photo. Nice. So a lot of the interior pages have the similar design, it looks like. If this is draggable, it's not working right now. Unfortunately, Luminalta. That's okay though. It could just be me. It could be a million things, you know. Let's look at your careers page. Yeah, it looks like a lot of the inner pages have, oh look, the guys are hiring for web dev, so if you're a web dev. A lot of the career pages, a lot of the interior pages have the same design. Let's look at a case study since it's its own top level. It's filterable. Oh, will it have some animations too? Oh, it's got a nice loader. That's cool. Let's look at one of the case studies. Nice. They do a really good job. Like this is when you land on a page, like the fact that this is what you see, like this is the view, is really nice. Like they got the right above the fold that shows you there's more information. It looks like there's just space. The video loads really quickly. It's a quality video. This is highly legible. You know what I mean? It's not a busy background. The video loads really well. Click off. Yeah, I mean, it's very good. This is very narrow though, but that's probably just okay. Let me look at Lumentalabs because this is a cool section. some free documents. NFT, the future of product authentication. I like this page a lot. This reminds me of? This reminds me of like old school. I don't want to say Tumblr, but like, what was it? There was this old school. It was like the same time as Tumblr era, but it was basically like a lookbook. It was like, and all the look, it had these just seamless edges, like this, where like images would just masonarily like be like this. And I've always really liked this. What this requires though is choosing the correct background images, which they've done, and then they have the nice. I mean, everything's just really legible, which is huge. Like so many websites, like you just can't even read what's in front of the background image because they just put a busy image. So 10 out of 10. Let's look at their contact. I mean, guys, this is a really good website. Honestly, besides that one thing not working, I have found no issues. And then whatever is not loading in the console. Those are the only two things we've really found. Ooh, I don't like whatever just happened there. See, okay, so that was just, you know what just happened there was just it's a heavy thing, so my computer kind of lagged. And I have a pretty good computer, so this would obviously definitely lag on like a laptop or something, just because it seems like a big animation, a big calculation, right? On top of the cursor, on top of everything else that's custom JavaScript. You see how it like takes a second when you hover? That's gotta just be because it's like what, you know what I'm saying? So, but besides that, it is pretty cool. Maybe you could just do that on Click or something, but then Click probably brings you to yeah, maybe just turn that into on Click. So that I click, so the hover site, because I don't know, it feels weird. These are really good images though. Obviously, really good cutouts. LinkedIn. Also make it so if I hover over the bottom part, it doesn't do that. Because if I want to, like, I'm going to click the LinkedIn button. You know what I mean? I'm going to click the LinkedIn button. Oh crap! Like, so maybe just make it so it's hover on photo, and just take the hover off of this bottom section. Besides that, oh, this is a whole new different type of page. Okay. The radical path, again, very highly legible text, sans serif, phenomenal font pairings in my opinion. I think it looks really clean. I love this. Very chunky, clickety. You want to hear? This makes me, in my head I hear tick, 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 like I hear clicking, like I hear haptics. That would be phenomenal. Haptics. You can actually add haptics to sites too, if you didn't know. But that's besides the point. Phase 0. I'm not really looking at copy and stuff. I'm just looking at design. Again, it's just really cool. They did a really good job. Tick, 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 tick. Cool. Super clean. 10 out of 10. All right. That is Luminalta, bro. So very good website, very clean design. A couple things we found: console error, that one section not dragging, and then that LinkedIn thing on the Teams page. Besides that, this is a really good looking site, and there's a lot of really good work that went into it. So shout out to whatever team built it. They might have built it. I don't know what they do, to be honest. Maybe I can probably find out who built it. I mean, they probably built it proprietary in-house if they're in New York. They're a pretty big company, it seems like. So yeah, so shout out to them. I would give them a 9.2 out of 10 just because we found those three things. Besides that, 9.2 out of 10. That's a good site. Best site we've looked at so far, I would say. Shout out Luminalta Labs. Anyways, peace. This is Web Design Analysis number 8. I'm Chris with Chris Likes Code. Until next time.